We will get started with our invocation by Alderman Chapman tonight, and then we have some special guests, Clinton Troop 88, help us with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if y'all want to come on up after the invocation with me.
All right, bow your heads with me, please. Dear Lord, I pray that you calm our hearts, calm our souls, calm our minds tonight as we venture into making decisions for the city. I pray that you will be with our first responders here locally, within our city, within our county, our state, and then nationally. I pray that you will be with our men and women serving our country, home, both domestically and abroad. And again, I pray that you will guide our decisions tonight as we make the decisions that are best for the city. In your name I pray, amen.
All right, guys, y'all want to come on up for us? Once I knock my microphone over. Again, this is Troop 88, and they're going to lead us in the pledge.
Okay. We need to turn.
Whenever y'all are ready.
I'll start it. Scouts, attention. Salute. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So you guys like to take a picture? And do we have any Scoutmasters like to say anything real quick? You're welcome to.
All right, 1, 2, 3, down.
So we go real fast. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hold on. Who disappeared? I'm back. Okay. Good deal. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
It's funny. Put me up on this platform.
I'm on the platform, we will still count.
That's right.
All right. All right. Clerk, call the roll. Alderman Chapman.
Present.
Alderwoman Godfrey.
Present.
Alderwoman McSparrow.
Here.
Alderwoman Jones.
Here.
Alderman Wilbanks. Here. Alderwoman Oliver.
Present.
Alderman Lott. Here. Attorney Josiah Burns.
Present.
And presiding Mayor Will Purdie. All right. We have no recognitions this evening, so we will move to the approval of the consent agenda. Do I have any discussion or a motion?
Move to approve items A through
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Tonight, we will have our department head report from Ms. Tara Lytle, Director of Main Street.
Good evening. Can y'all hear me? I'm pointing this the right direction. Okay. All right. Well, thank y'all for allowing me to come and give you a little recap of some of the things that we had last fall and things we're planning for this spring. We started off the year doing a volunteer recruitment meeting that we held in late January. And then we've been planning for many, many things this spring and really kind of throughout the year. We had our first event of the year, which is the chocolate walk. This is our 3rd annual, and it's growing. The first year, I think we sold 100 tickets. Then we bumped it up to 150 this year. We allowed for 200. We sold 192 tickets. So that event is growing, and it brings a lot of people from outside of our community to our downtown. We're also working on the national accreditation. Our part is due to the state March the 1st. So that's a little bit of what we've been doing. There's some of our social media for the volunteer recruitment meeting that we held, the logo for Chocolate Walk this year. And then, like I said, 192 tickets sold. And then our Love Local campaign we're right in the middle of that. That's really picking up even more traction than it has in the past. A couple more shots from Chocolate Walk. doing those Love Local videos. We had it picked up by several other Main Street communities. I think this is our 3rd or 4th year to do it. I'm not sure exactly. I have to go back and look, but this showed up in an e-newsletter called Our Mississippi Home. Someone forwarded it to me. I'd never seen it before, but they featured our downtown. And so anyway, it's getting a good bit of state recognition, and it's also been picked up certainly by the Mississippi Main Street. They have featured it on their Facebook and social media as well. One thing I don't think I've shared with y'all in a while is our social media reach. So I want to talk to you a little bit and our e-newsletter. We started using Constant Contact back in 2008 and have used it monthly since. And in the summer, we do use it more for Fresh at 5. But we have close to 9,000. I believe that says almost 5,000 people who subscribe to our newsletter. We have an open rate of 37%. And when I first started learning about this, I thought, well, that is just terrible. It's really not. And I think probably Robert could, attest that.
Because a lot of times it'll tell you compared to the rest of everything else, and I'm sure you are leaps and bounds.
Most of them around 20%.
Yeah.
So we get a 37. We're super happy with that. I wish everybody would read our newsletter, but anyway. And then engagement, that's people who actually maybe scroll through it or click on the link in it, that kind of thing. So that goes out. Here's our most recent one. I just screenshot some of that's just like 3 pages. And it's also formatted for your phone, any of the digital devices. And so anyway, this one went out the 1st of February. So if y'all aren't subscribed to that, let me know. And that's for anybody. Our aldermen, alderwomen, anybody in the audience, they can go to it on the website or on our Facebook page and let us know, and we'll be glad to sign you up. We also have a lot of engagement on our social media. Our Facebook page too was started like in 2008, I think. And this is just a snapshot of the last 90 days, what kind of engagement we have. 90 days, we had over 300,000 views, the reach 61,000, those interactions are high, profile visits, all of that is pretty high. Instagram is a little bit harder. We don't quite have the engagement on Instagram. For some reason, Facebook is really where it's at for Main Street, but and there's a snapshot of our followers and our on both platforms. So y'all see we're super active on that. So we're getting the word out about our downtown and things that we have going on. And this is one of the new events that we did. We've been watching Mahjong come on like for years now, and so we decided we'd try to do some downtown. This sold out like in no time. Now, granted, we only had room for like 24 people, so it wasn't like it was a huge event. But this is the second time we've done it, and they both sold out super fast. And for this one, we held back in end of January, I think, at Mimi's Bakery. So we're looking for opportunities to do that and just get people in our downtown to use our downtown businesses. We're also busy working with the chamber and the city on Red Brick Road, so that's coming together. This is the event schedule for that. We're kicking off with that Story Fest again in partnership with the Institute for Southern Storytelling. Friday night we got the Molly Ringwalls, and then Saturday all the events, starting with the run and the paint out and all those fun things. So looking forward to that, and hopefully y'all can even help us, promote that, share it where you see it on social media. We're also planning in the middle of getting all things together for our Old Town Markets. The first one is 2 weeks after Red Brick Roads. I would not have picked that timing, but I do think the moving Red Brick Roads to the spring was a good move for us. But that does put it right, they're just right on the heels of each other. So we're trying to work ahead as much as possible. Applications just went out for vendors. We're also working on Caterpillar Praise. So certainly more to come on all that in the coming weeks. And here's some spring dates for movies. We've got a promotions committee meeting, I think it's next week, where we're finalizing a few of these events coming up. But right now we've got to do our movie schedule out, and we've got Mississippi College coming downtown on April 17th to do their jazz band concert. So look forward to that. Spring concerts at Lions Club, working with Courtney and Marley on those. We've got 2 scheduled, looking to schedule at least 2 more, but those will have one the Saturday night after the big Caterpillar Day, and then we have one April 25th. I also wanted to talk to you just a little bit. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but y'all, you know all the events we do. I showed you the social media where we promote the districts. Another thing that Main Street does, and now that we've got such a concentration of restaurants, we've been working on a dining local campaign, and so ours is a little different. Like, we're not showing their logos; they're not paying to be a part of this. We're really just doing it as a destination dining, and so. Ashley created these. She's done one for all of our businesses, and we will also, she's already got some templates for the ones on Clinton Boulevard. So right now, like, she's got that from coaches. And so it looks like a passport. Destination dining, you've got the passport to all the different businesses. And so we're running these on social media, just building awareness that, think downtown, there's more places than ever before to eat. So we have options, and we're just trying to get the word out about that. So also, one of the other things that our board of directors set as a goal for 2025 was to redo the boulevard banners. Those banners had been down for several years, and those are, they're expensive. And so we budgeted for that, and those just started going up. These were terrible pictures I took this weekend. I'm sorry, I didn't get any better ones. You could tell I was driving and photographing. So, but anyway, I wanted y'all to see, they went up last week, and I've had some really good positive feedback about them. So anyway, if y'all get a chance, look, there's about 20 of them that are up and down Clinton Boulevard. I know it's like, you've got these great photos and then this one. Terrible. It's truly terrible. Another exciting thing, we've got 2 new businesses downtown. We've got the Black Swan Antiques. We're excited about that. It's bringing back that, we used to be a little more of an antique type destination, but Brittany is a really great promoter, and so she's really bringing a lot of people to us. And then Phoenix Rising opened just a few weeks ago. That's there on Jefferson Street, and I think she's going to be a great addition as well. So we'll be scheduling some red carpet rollouts for them. I actually meant to bring y'all this piece. This is an economic impact of Main Street. This is an insight for the last 2 years, and it just talks about some of Mississippi Main Street helped us put this together. We provided them the data, and they did these push sheets. I can send it to y'all electronically. So I walked out and forgot the actual push sheets. But anyway, and you can't read any of that. But it just talks about the benefits of a Main Street program and what it does to your downtown, for your downtown. One other thing, I'm just about through. We've got Main Street Day at the Capitol coming up on March the 4th. If anybody wants to join me, it's about a half day. We go, and Mississippi Main Street brings a lot of the communities in and just promote the program and lobby for support, financial support. So there's a list of our board of directors this year. Y'all have any questions for me? Thank y'all.
Thank you, Tiff. Great job as always. All right, item 8A, a resolution appointing members of the Clinton Public School District Board of Trustees.
I'll recuse myself.
All right. As Josiah comes to the lectern, just by way of a brief introduction, kind of the genesis for this item, I'm going to have Josiah read a resolution that explains this in a little bit of detail, but essentially it's come to city's attention that we were not in compliance with the statute as to how the school board should be selected, or haven't been for some time at least. We've come up with an idea to get back into compliance, and that is delineated here in this resolution. Josiah will read. I will say, for the benefit of the board, I had Josiah draft this. I thought it was important to make a finding as to kind of how we got here and what we're doing to fix it. It speaks to reappointing positions 2 through 5, for lack of a better term, and then reappointing the first position in July 1st of this year. That was just a matter of expedience, so we would have something to vote on tonight. Certainly it is within the purview of the board to modify or amend that resolution as they see fit by motion. With that, I will turn it over for discussion. I will say, I think the board largely agrees on the process by which to get back into compliance. I know there's certainly some disagreement as to when to begin that process, but I will open it for discussion with that. Or excuse me, let me Josiah read the resolution, then we'll open it for discussion.
Sure.
bear with me, a resolution by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Clinton appointing members to the Clinton Public School District Board of Trustees. Whereas Mississippi Code annotated section 377203 states in pertinent part that the boards of trustees of all municipal separate school districts shall consist of 5 members, each to be chosen for a term of 5 years, but so chosen that the term of office of 1 member shall expire each year. Whereas Mississippi Code annotated section 377203 further states that the trustees of such a municipal separate school district shall be elected by a majority of the governing authorities of the municipality, and the term of office of the member so elected shall commence on the first Saturday of March. Where it has come to the attention of the City of Clinton that it is not in compliance with the above provisions, insomuch as it has not appointed in more than 5 years any of the members of the Clinton Public School District Board of Trustees. Whereas due to the city's noncompliance, the terms of each of the members of the Clinton Public School Board of Trustees have expired in accordance with Mississippi Code annotated section 377203. Whereas the Attorney General of Mississippi has opined that where a school trustee appointed by the municipal governing authorities holds over beyond the expiration of the trustee's term, a vacancy exists in such office, and it should be filled in the manner prescribed by law. And whereas in order to facilitate compliance with the above provisions of Mississippi law, the city now seeks to reappoint 4 of the 5 members of the Clinton Public School District Board of Trustees, and further to begin the process of seeking a replacement for the remaining member. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Board of Aldermen of the City of Clinton, Mississippi as follows. 1, that the matters, facts, and things recited in the preamble hereto are hereby adopted as the official findings of the governing authority. 2, that the city hereby reappoints the following named individuals to the Clinton Public School District Board of Trustees, whose term shall expire at the corresponding times listed below. And I've got blanks here, but we can certainly fill those in as need be.
I got a copy.
You got, okay. You've got the names listed.
I think you want to read them.
We got Matt Thomas, term ending March 5th, 2027. Paula DeYoung, March 3rd, 2028. Felicia Gavin, March 2nd, 2029. And Bernard Kynes, March 1st, 2030. And that Derek Holmes, who is currently holding over as a member of the Clinton Public School District Board of Trustees, shall continue to serve until July 1st, 2026, in order to give the city sufficient time to find, select, and appoint a replacement for such member, at which time such replacement member shall begin serving a term ending on February 28th, 2031. And that this resolution shall take full force and effect immediately upon its passage and enactment according to law, and shall be spread upon the minutes of the city.
All right, thank you. And now I'll open the matter for discussion.
Well, I'll just make a motion that we take this resolution and we move forward using that resolution as a process to get back into compliance with the state statute that we are required to abide by. So I make a motion that we start the process to nominate for someone to take Derek Holmes' place. He is the longest serving member, and that term began July 1st, giving the board an opportunity to finish their budgeting process and having that new member step in July 1st.
So Josiah, so we're saying that this new person will start July 1st, meaning that everyone who follows does not start July 1st and does not get that time to capture a budget. And so they're going to start March 1st. Everybody else is what you just read, right?
Well, we essentially, there's not really a place in the law for how to do this. And so we're kind of trying to just capture the fact that there should be a term ending once every year. And so essentially 4 of the people will, 4 of those who are serving, not other than the longest serving one, but continue to serve, essentially be reappointed to where they're already serving, effective immediately.
I'm saying in the future. So in 27, you're saying Matt Thomas will roll off March 1st in 2027.
Yeah. So it would be the first Saturday of March. So March 5th, yeah, it would be the last.
So we don't give them the chance to finish that year of the budget, but we're going to give this one a chance.
The only reason this is happening this way is because this was brought to our attention by yourself only in I guess January of this year is when we found out about it. I mean, I think you brought it to our attention, and we appreciate you doing that because we were not.
There were multiple people, my understanding, that asked about this.
Well, I was just saying that you brought it to Will's attention. That's my understanding. If that's wrong, you can correct me.
Yeah,
Well, we discussed it, Alderman Will Banks and I discussed it obviously before he had to recuse himself independently, but we
Yeah.
discussed it.
Well, what I'm saying is the only reason we are doing it this way this year is because of the time frame that we're in, making it more comfortable for this board to make nominations and so have interviews that are required and then have that person ready to step in.
But could we have the following individual start in July? Is there?
But that's the
Does it have to be
the
March?
Statute requires a March 1st start date.
Yeah, and that's where I pulled that from the statute that the new term would begin. The statute literally says the new term shall begin first Saturday of March.
Okay.
So like March 5th, for example, would be a Friday. And so the next person's term would begin March 6th. Now, you can reappoint Matt Thomas to a second term if you prefer, when you get to that point, or you can choose to put someone new in there. That's up to the board, however they want to have it.
The only comment I have is when we were elected, our first year, was July 1st, and then we went right into budget meetings in August. We were brand new. We were learning the process. We didn't know everything, but at least we were exposed to it. And I personally think that we ought to nominate in 30 days or whatever, the applications, interview within 30 days, and let this new board member start before June 1st, so they can participate in the budgetary process. We have 4 very experienced people already on the board, and I think it would benefit them to be exposed and start learning the budgetary process instead of waiting till July 1st. There is no required date in starting July 1st or May 15th or whatever our time frame is, but let them be part of that budgetary process to start learning.
I would respectfully disagree with a portion of that. I do think we need to take our time. I don't think this is something that we should, and now when I say take our time, I think we need to kind of slow it down and looking for an individual to replace the senior tenured person on the board. So I would lean towards someone rolling off in July, but we take time. I think, to my knowledge, we don't have a large pool right now to choose from. I would like to see that pool expand, but I do think this is something that we should tackle this year.
So is that a second?
So
to my
that
motion?
would be the second.
I agree with you, but I mean, I think we need to have a time limit on when the applications are open and received. 30 days, if someone really wants to be one of the applicants, then they can apply, but I don't think it needs to be 60 days. Now, I mean, because, people will forget until the end, and I think we need to.
Well, we're not taking applications, we're making nominations.
Right. Well, that's right. And then getting their resume and everything else. And I also think every person on the board needs to be in the interview process. This is an important nomination.
They can't be.
Huh?
They can't be.
Well, we did 3, and
We have people that are recused that can't be a part of this process.
well, I mean, besides the recused, the 5 left, I think we all need to be involved in the interview process.
Well, certainly in my mind, we would have those people probably come to a work session and speak with the board.
What is the max term for a school board member?
The statute calls for 5 years.
And then they can, but they don't have, they can go 5, 10, 15, 20.
They can serve multiple terms, that's correct.
Okay.
They have to be reappointed by the
Correct.
That's correct, yeah.
So what are the full duties of a school board member? What does that look like? What kind of candidate are we looking for?
Yeah, that I don't have in front of me, other than just they're making the executive decisions on behalf of the school district. So I'm not as privy to all those duties. I know, for example, they select the superintendent, set the school calendar, things like that. And there are training events they have to go to that I'm familiar with. But
So I just want to say, out of respect, I don't agree with moving, this year. I think a lot of these men and women have given a lot of time, and out of respect, give them one more year. That gives us one full year to look for candidates and do a full process of interviewing. And we would be compliant still if we reappointed all 5 and not just 4. So really there's 5 or 4. You know, it's, to me, this is a very big, important deal. And I have prayed about this for over a month now for this whole situation. And to me, waiting one more year is not a bad choice. You know, I think that it gives these people who have given their time and energy and love one more year. And just because the city for the last 5 years was not keeping up and being compliant with this, I don't think that calls for us to make a hasty choice. And so that's my 2 cents. That thank y'all for letting me say that.
Well, I think that July is not hasty. I think that gives us plenty of time and the same amount of time that we would have used in a normal process to make nominations, to do interviewing, for us to put those people before this board and to make a decision of who we want to put up there. So I don't think it's not any more rushed than it would be on a regular appointment. So I think in that case, and that I think we're good with that.
And I would like that time. I will confess that I have not been as engaged. I haven't nominated anyone, and I would like to at least be able to do more research on the actual roles and duties of the board trustee members, so I could further explain to a potential nominee and so I can have a better understanding, and my potential nominee can have a better understanding of the roles required.
Well, and I do honestly, I'm really confused at how we even, the steps that we took of already taking some names when we didn't even say that was the route we were going to go first. So,
But we did at the beginning, we did say that we were going to try to.
well, I guess maybe I didn't agree on that. But here we are. So what's next, Josiah? Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to the board what the board wants to do, and they can vote on this resolution the way it's written. They can amend it and vote on it that way.
Well, I think we've got a motion and second to approve as presented. Certainly we can have more discussion on that, but if there's not discussion on that, we would need to vote on that before moving forward with any other motion.
So this will, and just for clarification, this will be just that we intend to move forward with rolling someone off in July, not necessarily selecting someone or setting a time frame when we select someone, just saying that we are going to go through with that process.
That's correct.
And this is agreeing to Matt in 27, Paul was
Yeah, it
28.
is reappointed.
Who was after?
The other 4.
How was that?
Dr.
Gavin and then Bernard.
30.
In terms of seniority on.
And so whoever we
Yeah, and once-
identify as the incoming would
Yeah, I
start
mean,
July 1st.
It would be a decision on who you reappoint, and once you reappoint someone, you can't unappoint them. So
Right.
that's right.
So,
So I guess what I'm saying, by adopting this resolution, you're making a decision on who's rolling off, so to speak.
okay.
All right, I have a motion and a second. If I don't have any other further discussion, all those in favor? All those opposed?
Me.
No. And me.
Okay, I believe it's 3-2. All right, motion carries. Move on to item 8B. We looked at it. All right, item 8B is approval to publish a notice of intent to raise the garbage rates for residential and commercial customers of the city of Clinton. Mr. Ballinger, our city clerk, will discuss this item.
Thank you, Mayor. This is one of my least favorite things to bring up every year. But we have once again come to a time where we have to adjust the garbage rates to to keep up with the contract that we're charged, from Waste Management, our garbage collection agency. We have started asking a couple months ago for an update, did not receive that, so we actually backed into this by the bill we got in January for January's services. And then yesterday afternoon, I got an email from their representatives with the numbers that matched what we have already. So what I'm asking for tonight is permission to advertise. You should have received a copy in the board packet. Just the ad that will go in the paper notifying the public that the second meeting in March, we will be adopting the new rate. We have to advertise for 3 weeks before we can take this up as an actual pass the new rate.
Barbara, what about you?
I see
My
questions.
favorite
I
topic.
assume you would go first here.
Yeah, I'm loving because Waste Management is such a poor company. They're billions of dollars in profit. But anyway, anybody interested to know how much they make a year, Google it. But the contract is the contract, but we asked for the information, they didn't even send it. What does that do to the contract? And otherwise, we just generally don't have much choice. But I don't understand it. We've asked for information, they didn't send it, and we're having to do our own calculations while we're doing their job for them.
I went ahead and backed into the numbers so we wouldn't wind up like we did a couple of years ago where we had to
Charge
put
2 or 3
certain
months.
extra to try to make up the difference.
I understand.
As it is, we bill in arrears, so we will be, by the time this process goes through, 1 or 2 months behind. But we've run the numbers and we're asking for a small portion of that as a build back, but a lot less than what it would have been. We try to keep that as low as possible.
Are we stuck with them?
For
Yeah,
the
for
next
5
6
years.
five.
Pretty much till the end of the contract.
We relit the
Yeah.
contract like 2 years ago, and they're the only bidder.
I believe it was 3 or 4 years ago, and I think we had 1 more year left.
1 more year. And the rate would go up and down according to the contract with the gas prices and all of
It's
that.
the consumer price index.
CPI.
So, I move to approve, out of protest.
Motion and second.
Hang on 1 second. What was, who was second?
James.
What was March? You said the second meeting in March, we will do what?
We will actually have the public hearing and adopt the new rate. That's when it's officially changed. So we won't change the rates and the bills until the end of March.
All right, have a motion and second. All those in favor?
Okay.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 8C, approval for the Clinton Fire Department to accept a donation from Cheryl Landrum in the amount of $350 in honor of Tim Shanks, retired deputy chief. Chief Buckley will discuss this.
Hey, Cheryl Landrum, she's wife of our second fire chief, Jeff Landrum. And she donated, money in Tim Shanks' honor, which he passed a couple weeks ago. He was a good guy, was here 29 and a half years with us, retired as a training officer and deputy chief. Meant a whole lot to me and guys at the station currently. Did a lot for everybody. So she wanted to donate that, and she sent a really good card. I'm not gonna read it because I'll probably break down, and y'all don't get to see me like that.
Was she the lady that came to the budget meeting? No.
No.
Okay.
She stays right downtown, right across from the mayor.
Oh, okay.
That's very kind.
Yeah, I know.
Move to approve.
Yes.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 8D is authorization to advertise to receive bids for the construction of the Traceway Park softball fourplex building. Ms. Nunn, our Director of Parks and Recreation, will discuss this.
Awesome. Good evening. As you know, as we discussed in the work session, we have been preparing plans for the fourplex concession stand building. This is part of the 2% phase 1 plans that we've got. As you know, 2%, the vote is coming up soon. That'll be in June, just to throw that side note out there. So this would be to advertise to take bids for this building. And with your approval, I can move forward with that. if you have any questions or want me to kind of go over the adjustments that we made on this building as it pertains to making sure that it's gonna match with Town Park, the pickleball complex, pavilion, and the new restrooms at Traceway, just trying to see consistency across the parks moving forward in terms of the color of the brick, the wooden beams and things like that, so.
Yeah, so in the long term, the headache that we've put up with this, it's going to pay off, and we're gonna act like we had it planned like this all along.
Absolutely. This has been one of those, nasty sores that we're hoping to get
But
healed.
this
at
is
point.
another fruit of the 2%.
Yes, absolutely.
Move to approve.
Second.
Everybody say.
Motion and lots of seconds. Everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
This includes the three alternates for the bids. It included the other.
Yes, we're gonna have two alternate options on there, for the pavilions, and then to, kind of redo the score boxes that are around the fields.
Very exciting.
All right, item 8E. Approve the mayor to sign a contract for pyro shows for the purposes of fireworks display for the 4th of July celebration. So,
Awesome. So one of my favorite events of the year is the Red, White, and Blue Fest. It's known, I say it started as the Family Firework Extravaganza, and now we're at the Red, White, and Blue Fest. So I'm excited about it. As you know, we start planning very early. This is just the beginning of the planning for it, but this is the firework contract with pyro shows. And the amount for that is $21,367.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 8F, approval of the change order in the amount of $11,500 to be paid to Delta Construction, bringing the total of $25,500 for the Trailwood Drive Sewer Point repair. Mr. Lilly, Director of Public Works.
Thank you. If you guys recall, you approved us to going with Delta Construction to create what we thought, to correct what we thought was an offset in a sewer line. Myself included and multiple other accounts viewed the CCTV footage and thought that the line was completely separated or shifting. We had the contractor come in and it took him about two or 3 days and another CCTV company to come in and camera the line again, which involves jetting the line. What we found is that it was not a severance of the pipe, but there was a section of 4-inch PVC pipe lodged inside the sewer line. So the change order itself is for those additional days of digging and excavating to locate the sewer line. To get it out, that section of pipe, they did have to cut into it to help us get it out. Our use of Delta Construction was because it was the pipe itself was entirely too deep for us to do in-house. So that's where the additional $14,000 comes from, those additional days changing the scope of work.
Move to approve. Second.
Go back to real quick, when you talk about the pipe is too deep, there's a limit that we're allowed to do something. What is that?
Anything over 6 to 8 feet, you have to have a shore box, one. Two, you really want someone who can operate a large excavator in such a way where the bank won't fall in on you. The side of the hole would not implode on you. I guess I'm going around, so I almost knocked mine down, sir. Basically, that's what it is. You really need someone whose expertise in excavating anything over that particular line was 18 feet.
So how does a pipe get inside another pipe?
Alderwoman Godfrey, I have no idea. And we see some strange stuff out there. The section that was pulled out was about 2 feet long. So the best I can tell you is it bounced around until it found its way home. I have no idea, but we had fun, for sure.
Should we have the whole Trailwood Drive sewer replaced by now? It seems like it, huh?
I am definitely chasing everything on Trailwood. It's coming out to me over the past couple of years, and I'm sure here in the future. What I can say is that there are some modifications that need to happen on Trailwood, actually near that area and close to where we started and probably downstream. All of that is concrete line. Due to hydrogen sulfide coming from this, from just regular organic material, as well as the commercial materials that's coming downstream, it's eating up that concrete. We are finding various spots that are disintegrated. Some of it we can fix in-house without having to excavate. We have an epoxy, a stent system where we can go into the pipe and put some epoxy there, but that's a Band-Aid. It's probably time for the whole city, honestly, to where we do some very intricate repairs or rehab. So,
Thank you.
yes, ma'am.
All right, item 8G, authorization.
We just motion, Mr.
Motion.
Motion is second.
We had a motion and a second.
All right, excuse me, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. All right, item 8G, authorization for the mayor to execute an agreement with Adcock Employment. Mr. Luke.
Thank you. Last year, we signed an agreement with Labor Finders. That did work out with us for a fine where we got temporary employment to help us when we get a little too busy. What we started finding is that some of those employees, their character just wasn't the right fit for us where we needed help. So we've come across Adcock. They seem to be a little bit more professional, especially as it comes to sending people or hiring people themselves before they send them to us. So with your approval, we'll move forward and get ready for the summer.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Now, moving on to employment items, with the board's indulgence, I will go back to taking these as a group. We've improved how we've done it on the department head side to improve our record keeping in minutes a little bit. So I think we can go back to taking these as a group if everybody's okay with that, which I assume you are, particularly this week. So with that being said, if I could get for A through O.
Move to approve 9A through O.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. That being said,
Congratulations on all the
Yes.
I immediately have a second one to do another business after I said all that, but it did come in late. But we do have a need for item 8D, a quick executive session for an employee matter. So we will be back very soon.
I move for a closed session to determine the need to go into executive session for the purpose of personnel matter.
Second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? We are now in closed session. We will return. All right, we have come out of an executive session. While in executive session, we took an action to suspend 2 employees for 3 days. We do have one quick item of other business. This is another employment matter. This is approval for the Clinton Board of Aldermen to hire Tyvon Bronson as a police dispatcher.
Move to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Do we have any other business to come before the city?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? We are adjourned.